I left Ireland 12 years ago and moved to London. When I moved, the place was booming. Not anymore. Economists measure this crash in terms of euros and cents. I'm back here to measure it in terms of blood, sweat and tears. What's the human cost of this crash to my fellow countrymen? We're headed down south on the M50. Ireland's got the biggest motorway building programme in Europe. And these motorways have become a sort of a concrete symbol of the boom. Over the last 3 years, they've spent over €6 billion on the infrastructure. Instead of bringing you into the heart of Dublin, I'm going to bring you to a little place called Sandyford. I know it well, I used to live close by, but some things have completely changed here. First up, a man from the motor trade, Adrian Flattery. He arranged to meet me in an underground car park. So this is your dealership. Is this the most rubbish showroom in Ireland?
Well, there's two ways of looking at that. One is that we don't have massive overheads, which is the killer of the car trade. So we park a few cars down here. Everything from the price of how we buy cars to the price of our phone bills we've had to look at.
Give us a feeling for how much sales are down.
Just going on last year, it's down half. I'm working twice as long and getting paid probably a third of what I used to get paid. I'm very angry about it now that we talk about it because I can't get the support from the banks. But I go to the bank and I say, look, I have a few orders in next month. I need a bit more money. And they blank say, we can't do it. And myself at my home, I'm in negative equity. But I'm lucky in the sense that I can still pay the bills because some people can't.
Next stop in my little tour of Sandyford, the Irish Mint. This is where all the money pumped into the Irish economy is made. Ironic, really, because just down the road, the big black hole, where some of that money ended up. On this side, it's all urban and glossy, but look closely, nobody lives here at all. This whole block is owned by the country's biggest estate agent now, the Irish government. Maura Kavanagh is one of a handful of residents on the estate. Who's kind of looking after these flats now?
When you hear things then that, it's gone into liquidation, that put a panic on me. If I rang a couple of times about small things that had to be fixed in the apartment, lifts stopping, stuck in the lift for 25 minutes with a baby. That was a bit of a frightening experience, and I wasn't given any, reason why it happened, and it happened twice. It doesn't have that sort of homely feel, and that's why maybe I know I won't stay on.
I mean, the whole point of those estates was to attract well-to-do couples, bustling hubs of retail, and that place wasn't alive. The only thing missing was the tumbleweed. The construction industry in Ireland is massive, and when that starts to go, there's a domino effect, especially for material suppliers like Declan Nash. Declan.
Hello.
How's business?
Business is it's tough enough.
How much are you down?
We'll be down over the last 2 years. We'll be down by 50%.
How do you survive?
I had to let one chap go. The three lads, they volunteered to take a cut, and I took a big cut. Our pride will get us through this. There's no shame, and most of
Is there not though?
No. Why should there be shame?
Because everyone bought into the lie.
But sure, was it a lie though? We all had fun.
It was a lie. The whole bottom fell out of it.
That's what happens with human beings when we all get a little bit greedy. But if we ever get back again, next time round will be a great party, and longer.
There's different sentiments to be had at the pub, however.
My job hours have gone down, my wages have gone down by 20%, my standard of living has totally gone down.
How did we come to be here, do you think?
In this mess?
Yeah.
The bankers. I blame the bankers for everything. They should be locked up, put in prison.
Well, the mood is anger, total anger, because we were not responsible for this. The bankers are getting away with it.
The uncomfortable truth is that everybody's to blame here. Everybody who took out a mortgage way beyond what they could afford, who bought that extra big car. It's easier to blame the establishment than it is to blame yourself.
Poor old island, poor old universe, wonder who comes off the worst.